Today I kind of want to go over more in detail of what I explained in my last video. I want to go over the strategy for, now you know I bought those indicators. I have the Algo Pro indicators and the Trade Confident indicators. Those are paid indicators. I go over them a lot in my channel, but for the sake of this strategy, it's not required. Everything that I teach in this video is free. These indicators that I'm going to be talking, this strategy is free. So how you begin, let me just clear my trading view. I'll show you how to set up. I'm kind of going to go over the strategy, and then once I go over it, you think the ones that want to follow along can follow along if they want to. Now the first thing for the strategy is I stick to the day. I don't do anything else. You're not going to be day trading every single day. You're only going to be trading with this strategy. You're only going to be trading when you see these signals, and I'm going to in the charts. I'm going to show you. So get a TradingView account, and you're going to load these 3 free indicators. The first one, now make sure you're on the day. Now pick whichever crypto. Let's just do a stock first. Let's do AMC because I want to talk about stocks first. So we'll go to AMC. Now the reason I'm trying to show you the strategy is you can benefit stocks more using this strategy because you can benefit when it goes up and you can benefit when it goes down. You can use the same strategy for crypto, but if you do it when it goes down, you're going to lose. For the stocks, when you're doing options, you can win both ways, which is why I like stocks better. And you can grow your portfolio up while Bitcoin and crypto are doing their thing. So AMC, so first let's load up the indicators. You want to make sure you're always on the day. And I'm going to load up my indicators. The first one, these are free. All the other ones I've talked about are paid. First we're going to load up the moving average exponential. We're going to do this twice. The first time we're going to go here and we're going to change only a couple things. We're going to go here to the length and we're going to change this to 13. And we're going to change the method to EMA. And then we're going to go to style, and then we're going to give it a nice color. Something that sticks out. Let's do yellow. Make it a little bit thick so it stands out. And the first one is set. So we're on the day, and we got our first EMA. So we're going to do the same thing because we need at least 2 EMAs. EMAs. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to set our input to 48. And then we'll make sure our method is EMA. And then our style, we'll just pick a color. Let's do green. Bright green and thick. Okay, so we're all set. So we have our indicators. So what we can tell when we zoom in, by just looking at the EMAs, what you want to practice doing when you just are working with the EMAs is you won't want to find those moments when it's crossing up or crossing down. So our main focus for the strategy, never move from the day chart. You make the most gains just focusing on the days. You could do the 1 minute, the 5 minute, 30 minute, the hour, but you won't make as much gains doing it that way. If you just focus on the day, you just focus when the EMAs start crossing, and When you see this start crossing right here, when it's trending up, you know that you know that you're an uptrend. When you see it trending down, you know that it's going to go down. But we're going to get a double confirmation here pretty soon. So we see right here, trends up, market goes up. And I think I talked about this morning as well. It's trending down, so then the market goes down. So that's how you know. So the last indicator I'm going to put on there is the relative strength index. And the relative strength index is used to confirm that, it's going to go up or down. So just go to your indicators and go to relative strength index. And we don't really have to change anything on this one. So what I like doing is the first thing I look for is I look to see if it's crossing up. Now if you're doing options, you could see if it's trending up, then you can do a call. If it's trending down, if you see them crossing down, you can then do a put. But I want to make sure, since we're still on the day, what I want to confirm here is I got to find, this is still AMC. Okay, so right here it's trending up, so you see it goes up. So as it meets and goes up, you see that the RSI is above 50. When it is above 50, and then see right here at this moment, you can see that the RSI is way here at the top at 75. So that is a confirmation that it's going up. Now, a little side note: whenever you start to see the RSI start dipping a little, that is a signal to me that the market's going to start going down. So you want to get out as soon as you can. So I use these indicators to make my judgments. So another thing I do, now we use the EMAs just to kind of, now I'm going to teach you how to really just, you don't really need to, you do need the EMAs to find the moments when you're going to be in an uptrend. But what I go by when I'm when I do my options, when I'm doing my options, I make my judgment call basically where the RSI is right here. It's not 100% accurate, but it's right most of the time. So if we just look at the RSI right here, so in this other strategy, and this is what will make you a killing with options. Okay, so right here, let's just zoom in a little closer here. Let's say, what you want to look for is the RSI has got to be all the way down here in the bottom. If the RSI is as close to the bottom as it can get, let's do this one here. Let's see, hold on here. RSI, that one won't be a good example. That one is not a good example. But it works most of the time. But let's just see a good point. See right here, you can't really see it, but the RSI is really low right here. So what I would do is I would do a option call for AMC. I would have got in right about here. And I usually would do an option call for a week or maybe 2. So I would base my option call based on where the candle is right here and base where the RSI is signaling right here. So right here at this moment, it's at $10.83. So I would do an option call for $10.83 or lower. So it's kind of past, but if you go to AMC and we'll go to trade, this is a previous, so it's not really going to work. see if it works on my computer. So if you wanted to do an option, you want to buy a call, which means you're predicting the price is going to go up. So we look for $10 because that's where the candle was right here, and the RSI is all the way on the bottom. So we're looking for $10, which would cost, if it's available, okay, right here, $4.65. So this is going to cost $465 when you want, if you want to do this call. What I would suggest people do is have enough money saved up to where you're covered 4 times. So whatever the call is that you're going to be doing, let's say I wanted to do this 465 call for AMC. I would make sure I have at least $2,000 before I even started doing AMC, because you're covered 4 times. And even though this is highly effective, I still would want to, you could start with the 465, but if you put in for the call and it goes down, you'll start losing money. You don't want to put all of your money into options. You want to have a little bit saved first. That's just my recommendation. So if I came in here and I did the call for the 465 option and let it run for a week, right here, let it run for a week, that is a 22% gain. The price of AMC went up $10 to $13. Now I don't know the difference, but I do know that you would make a little bit of gains here. It works more. Let's just look real quick at a different stock. Let's look at SPY. Let's look at SPY real quick. You can make more with SPY, I believe, because SPY, I believe, is more expensive with the calls and puts. So here's another good entry point right here. You see the RSI is all the way down on the bottom. So this would have been a good opportunity to get into an option. I would have gotten in at 365 or lower at this point, and I would have waited it out for at least a week. Right here. So that's a 5% gain, but we can see that our numbers went from 365 to 385. So that is a $20 difference. So I believe, I don't know this for sure, I think you get $40 around there for every dollar that it goes up. You have to go into your contract and look at the specifics, but I think that's what this is. So that is about a $20 difference. So if you do the math, $20 increase from your call, that's about, I think that's about $800. Now, I may be right, I may be wrong. So that's kind of how I play with the strategy. Now, before I move on to doing it with crypto, I want to show you that this can also work with doing puts. It's the same thing, same strategy, except what you're looking for is the RSI to be all the way here to the top. So let me zoom in here. The RSI is all the way at the top. So what you would do in this scenario is, instead of doing a call, you'll be putting a put, and you just do the same exact thing. So let's do 7 days. 7 days. So 7 days, there was a difference between, it's about $20 difference in price. So that again is, I think, about $800 by doing a put. So you can make money with it going up, and you can make money going down with just doing calls and puts and options if you follow the strategy and you follow the RSI. I use the EMA as a guide to kind of see if it's going to start going up, but I use the RSI as a way to make my judgment calls for when I'm doing options. Now that I covered the stocks, I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to show you crypto. I'm going to do Bitcoin, and the same thing works for crypto, except you can't make profit when it's going down. That's pretty much the only difference. So let's just look at Bitcoin real quick. Yeah, and you can do this for any other coin. Bitcoin. Okay. And it looks like Bitcoin's going down. See the same? Now, make sure you guys are only focused on the day chart. You only do this on the day, which the main disadvantage here is you'll be waiting a while. If you're doing stocks, you gotta wait for it to go all the way to the RSI to all the way go at the top. And if you're doing a call, you gotta wait for it to go all the way to the bottom. But in my opinion, it's well worth the wait. You don't have to be glued to the computer screen. You just have to pay attention to when the RSI is at the top, when the RSI is at the bottom. But if you're doing crypto, you can only do it when the RSI is on the bottom. Let me show you here real quick. Same thing works for this. So let's see, right here we see the RSI is at a 13. So if you went and bought Bitcoin right here, and you rode this thing out to where it is right now, you would have a 24% increase in 42 days. So let's follow this again. Now, with this strategy, we're only following when the RSI is on the bottom. So let's look at this one here. It's pretty low right down here. Let's see if this gives any gains. Let's sell right about here. That's 10% in 19 days. You don't want to do that. This is the same example right here. See, the RSI is all the way at the top. If this was a stock, you'd be in profit, but this isn't a stock, so you would lose money in this scenario. We need to look for when the RSI, and waiting for this signal will be a while. Now, you could do the 5 minute, the hour, like I said, but you won't make as much profit. That's why I only do it with the day. Let's just do one more here. This is a big dip right here. Wouldn't be able to get into that one. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. Okay, so the RSI is close to the bottom here. So we came... Come on. So we came in. RSI is on the bottom. We come in and buy some Bitcoin right here. We wait it out. We sell right up here when it gets to the top. That is a 58% increase in 29 days. So whether you want to do stocks, I prefer doing stocks. What I would do personally is, like I said, save up at least four times the amount. You want to save up 4 times the amount when you're doing the options. So if the option is $500, you want to have at least $2,000. And then you want to start with one option, get your gains, and then just as you're scaling up, you can increase your options, and you can also do crypto as well. So anyway, that's kind of a more in-depth on what I talked about in my last video. If you guys found this helpful, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in future videos.